boss man.
No doubt about it. The choreographer's in the autonomous region.
Let's go, Tachikoma.
This must be one of those bloodfests!
Major, we're running out of time. Hurry up!
Attack barrier?
You who have been reduced to puppets of the state cannot possibly betray that state, can you?
All of us fight in the name of what we believe to be just and ethical. If you ask me, nothing else is worth following.
"120 seconds to Nihama Pier."
Fly over an altitude of 20. We'll drop in from above the pier entrance and commence the op.
Roger.
Bato, the exit's all yours.
Right. You just leave all of those fleeing rabbits to me.
I'm counting on you. Hey, Chief. Ready whenever you are. What's so important about this op that I lose my day off?
The military has requested us to arrest a witness who's at a black market weapons sale taking place at Nihama on Pier N3. Apparently, the weapons were scheduled to be scrapped by the military, but were misappropriated.
Shouldn't we put a leash on him and see where he runs?
The important thing is that he's the subject of an investigation. Major, you extract his memories and find out who's backing his shopping spree. Regarding the current pier situation, it's believed that a substantially large armed group has infiltrated the site.
You want me and Bato to do this alone?
I'll have Ishikawa back you up. Pass information to him for analysis as you get it.
I doubt that you'll have any trouble with it, Major, but the operating systems at the pier are pretty old. I'll send you data piecemeal.
Tokusa, keep an eye on military intel.
Roger.
Saito, back up the Major from the water.
Roger.
Pazu and Boma, check out any groups you suspect are related.
Roger.
Now get out there and start earning your pay, people.
Roger that.
The military's moved up in the world. They got us cleaning up after their messes.
Let's have them owe us one.
Aramaki here. I've spoken with the related bureaus. Complete your mission before the ship leaves.
Roger.
Gate now opening.
This is Tokusa. I pulled this info from the local cops. The pier's security was hit by a sneak attack 48 minutes ago, and the security system was overwritten. Enemy forces seem to have the pier under their control.
Understood.
Looks like a Jameson-type man has left for the Harbor Control Center's tower. It's possible that they'll escape aboard a freighter. There isn't much time before it sets sail. Hurry!
You'll have to go in through the multi-level warehouses. Look around for an entrance.
Unit ID records confirmed.
I worked it so that ID data in the enemy cyberbrains can be displayed as positional data. I've seen that pattern somewhere before.
Can we do a structural analysis on it?
I spotted an intruder!
With the crane and your cyber capabilities, Major, I think we can forge ahead.
You should be able to obtain the hacking code for the transfer crane from the terminal inside that area. Try to find it. This will let you work the crane. It's a pattern code that runs along path A3.
Okay.
Executing crane boot up. No response.
I guess this terminal's dead.
The terminal at the entrance is set up the same way. It's probably faster to find a new infiltration route.
Activation authorized.
Major, can you see the crane? To cross into storage area number 2, your only choice is to use that crane.
Seems like the enemy makes regular patrols in this vicinity. I got this off the military net, but the enemy's mindset seems to be one that branched off from wartime design principles. This is positive. I checked out the 13 primary smuggling organizations, but none of them use toys that they got from the military. I also checked the Northern Territory's activity, but the chances of them being part of this are slim.
Major, you see that ship below you? It's imperative that you take care of the suspects before they board it. Extraterritorial rights apply aboard ship. Even we can't touch them. I'm involving various agencies, but there's no time.
Understood.
Positive here. There's a freighter moored at the pier. She belongs to a distribution company out of Etorofu. According to the papers they submitted, she's hauling scrap metal to a recycling plant in her home city, and her ports of call are Nihama, Maishi, and Etorofu.
You can use the crane now, but try not to be a sitting duck when you cross over.
If you're scared, I'll head over and save you.
Nobody asked for your help.
Major! I'd love to climb up to someplace that's high too! I want to experience a scary situation!
Saito here. Jameson-type suspect confirmed. He's on the Harbor Control Center roof on the opposite shore.
Major, we're running out of time. Hurry up!
Looks like you need operation authorization to work the elevator.
Don't jump down just because it's a hassle. From this height, even you'd be in trouble, Major.
You'll be able to use Pier 2's elevator now.
There's somebody besides me that's linked to the satellite. It's probably snipers. It's an anti-cyborg precision sniper rifle. I saw one once at a German arms show. It's an old model, but nasty. It can penetrate even a titanium brain case.
Records show the military took them on a trial basis. That's probably where they got it.
There's too great a risk of coming under attack by a sniper who's perched up high. You'll have to think up another plan.
If you had the sniper's hacking key, you might be able to use them to your advantage.
Our command-and-class enemy should definitely have a hacking key. It's probably... There are enemies on the roof. We need some intel. Obtain information on what they're trying to do here.
The memories are being erased? There's someone else besides me who is accessing this guy's cyberbrain? Attack barrier? Who's the peeping Tom out there?
The male suspect in the Jameson-type body that the Major apprehended was put to cyberbrain death by an unknown assailant. After reconstructing his fragmented memories, we've determined that the man was Takeru Fuwa.
Wait, you mean the victim of the university murder case 5 years ago?
Correct.
What the heck is a guy who's supposed to have been dead for 5 years doing in Nihama now?
Pazu uncovered records indicating that Fuwa had hired a courier to deliver cargo of some sort. Verifying as we speak. According to current reports from our intelligence, his present location is between the 21st and 24th floors of the pier parking garage. Bazo, infiltrate the garage with 2 Tachikomas. Intercept this courier and take him into custody.
Roger. Okay, kids, I'll come at him from below. You two come in from above.
Roger that! Just leave it to us!
The security system inside the parking structure has been overwritten by someone. I need to track down the perp, so we can't rewrite the system yet. Exercise extreme caution.
Yeah.
Bazo, what's your present location?
En route to level 21 in the parking garage elevator.
I believe that multiple hostiles have infiltrated the parking garage. Don't let your guard down.
Roger.
Let's rock and roll.
That elevator's out of commission now. Use your own 2 feet.
If you get a parking pass for level 22, the gate should open. Look around for a terminal.
Ain't exactly what I call convenient.
That's what they get for playing with dangerous toys. They're tightening security to buy some peace of mind. What matters is that nothing's stolen. There's a possibility that the guard robot security program was overwritten.
The security system in the pier used the same program. Anyway, it looks like this one's been overwritten too. Now what? Boss man?
We'll just have to make do, won't we? Tachikoma, how's it going up top?
I'm engaging the enemy!
You have no choice then. See what you can do on your own.
Roger.
The Fua case 5 years ago. I was lead detective on it back when I was a cop. Only a prosthetic body with a blown apart brain case was left.
So the death had been faked.
That should enable you to head on up.
Forget it! Don't use grenades except in an emergency.
Nameless,
It seems to be the very same group from the pier. They're being controlled by orders sent from higher up. Take out the commander and they'll be mere puppets. It's the same thought pattern as the group on the pier.
It's AI?
I could sense a ghost.
A puppet with a ghost, huh? I feel sorry for it.
Can't I use the hacking key that the Major used?
It appears to be set up so that the commander in each area controls just the AI in his own unit. Hacking keys are individually assigned.
It should be easy going if we can use the enemy to our advantage. You'll have to play it by ear.
I knew it. There are signs that the security control program was overwritten. This thing was hacked pretty deep. From what I can tell, it would be faster to control it from the server.
The server? Where's that?
Level 24.
Make sure you don't do it by falling down here.
I don't want to hear anything from you, kid.
If you run into the enemy there, there's nowhere to run. Proceed with extreme caution.
It's fairly likely that there are surveillance cameras on level 23. See if you can enter through that terminal.
Nothing to report on this end.
It looks like you'll have to go back down from this level.
Fetch coma, status.
Major, but there's too much in the way, so I can't go any farther!
Then come up with something.
Yes, ma'am!
I have confirmation on the number. That's the one, all right.
I guess he's an underworld delivery man. Give him enough money and the guy'll deliver anything for anyone, from a single postcard to a kidnapped person.
He was paid a pretty hefty sum 2 days ago.
Try to follow the money trail.
Already on it. Fua hired him. The money was deposited from a terminal in the Tohoku region.
So they were trying to use a delivery service to ship misappropriated weapons.
Open the cargo and we'll have our answer. Otto, take a look and see what's inside.
Roger that.
Okay, will it be the tiger or the lady? What? Rice? Still got company.
Mr. Bato! Where are the terrorists? Are they hiding?
They're all gone.
See? I told you we should have hurried up and gotten here sooner! What? It wasn't my fault! It's because you were being stingy with the grenades! Yeah, but if we ran out of them, we'd be in really big trouble later!
Whatever. Just make sure you come quicker from now on.
Yes, sir!
About the rice you secured inside the garage. We've ascertained that it's micro-machine rice that's primarily exported abroad. Why was Fua carrying this grain and not weapons? We'll have to investigate and find out what the implications are. Torisa, you head to Nihama-yu and reinvestigate that 5-year-old Fua incident.
Right, Chief. Gotta do my homework over, huh?
Fua and arms smuggling. And now micro-machine rice. So far we found the individual points, but there's still no hint of a line that connects them.
Based on the trail of money from the Tohoku region, along with the records of Fua turning up in Nihama, I checked the IR records limiting the search to that region. Fua is shown standing in the Nihama station of the Tohoku linear rail. At this point, he's not a Jameson type. And for the past 7 years, Fua has been renting a storage unit. I'd say the odds are good that his prosthetic body is stowed away in there.
Major, head over to the warehouse and check whatever it is that Fua left there. Understood?
Roger. With this much humidity, optical camouflage is pointless. This is the Major, now carrying out mission.
I'll come give you a lift when I'm done with my little errand.
You will, huh? I'll be waiting with low expectations.
Verify Takero Fuwa's belongings inside the warehouse.
Roger.
That warehouse is rented out by Peer Control Center for personal use. A slight case of getting money inside. Its reputation is really famous among people in the town.
Even if we shut it down, we can't backtrack the goods. The local cops haven't wasted time either.
The warehouse door lock mechanism is controlled from that terminal there. If we give it the personal authorization Fuwa recorded when he signed the contract, we can pinpoint the container with the cargo.
Togusa here. I'm starting my Nihama University investigation.
A university in the spooky dead of night was the setting for a murder? Ooh, it's kind of like the old haunted school.
that stuff.
Authorization confirmed. It's a definite match with Fuwa's cyberprint.
About Fuwa's enrollment records, they've been semantically filtered.
It's possible that they were intentionally deleted.
Bounce the records over here to me. I'll analyze them.
Tachikoma, don't you guys have more important things to do?
No fair, Mr. Ishikawa. You have all the fun.
When I used the authorization code, specific files popped out. They were probably hidden away in there by Fuwa 5 years ago.
About that authorization just now, it matched Fuwa's cyberprint.
Pazu here. I have confirmation of multiple vehicles heading towards the warehouse. Prosthetic bodies of the same type as the ones from the pier were inside.
Saito here with confirmation too. Must be enemy reinforcements. I'll try to slow him as much as I can, but I can't cover him inside the warehouse.
Okay, we'll come up with something.
About those records Tokusa forwarded, there's a possibility that they were forcibly deleted from the outside. 54 points of similarity to the virus confirmed at the pier. More than likely it's the same type.
I tried each and every terminal, but besides this, no other records of Fuwa turned up.
Records don't only exist in terminals. I'm starting to wonder why I scouted you from Police HQ.
Understood.
The virtual cyberprints left in the prosthetic bodies were identical to the Jameson type. It had to be Fuwa himself.
I'll check out the memory box. Looks like it's encrypted.
I'll decrypt it over here. Boma, give me a hand.
Roger.
Major, I'm on the way to back you up. I'm sending you my ETA. Hang in there till I get to you.
ETA confirmed. Don't be late.
Hey, this is one man who's never late for his dates.
escape the warehouse, head for the Tohoku region.
Boy, we don't get a quick break for a breather. A merciless line of work this is.
Cases aren't going to get solved with mercy, Major.
Guess I don't have a choice.
What do you think? Right on time.
What kept you?
How about a little gratitude, lady?
You say something?
No, nothing.
The Tohoku Autonomous Region was an installation where scientists were to be evacuated in wartime. It's currently under direct military authority.
They're keeping scientists?
Yazawa is one of the scientists who fled to the region in response to a summons issued by the military. He's still there despite the dismantling of the installation.
Do you think Fuwa and Goto are connected to this too?
It's a possibility.
What is he doing in a facility like that? There's something fishy about this.
Here's a satellite image of the region. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary dam. It's probably being camouflaged with a visual barrier. I did some checking via the net. They've got an independent net set up, and access from the outside is prohibited.
Major, you and Bato infiltrate the autonomous region and make contact with Yazawa.
And me?
I'm told that Toshimi Tagami, the region's director, is in Hanamaki. Your assignment for the time being is to find out what Tagami has been doing there.
That's your role in life, little man.
I'm not saving your butt even if it gets hit by a stray bullet.
The monorail that connects the autonomous region is only used to transport authorized personnel. Toshimi Tagami is scheduled to return to the region tomorrow, so use it.
Can't we go in with a tilt rotor?
It's half dismantled, but it was a military fortress. If it's still functional, chances are it's more than capable of shooting down aircraft.
A little outing on the monorail, huh?
I'm gonna have some fun to make up for lost vacation time. Bato, how's it look outside?
I got a great view. Everything's upside down, though. No movement from the regional director?
For the moment, there's no sign that we've been spotted.
She doesn't look much like she does in the official records. Think this is psychological warfare, too?
Publicly, she's the director of the autonomous region, but in reality, she's nothing more than Kei Yazawa's puppet.
The dam's coming into view. We ought to be feeling the jamming barrier any minute. The dam's interior is inside the interference zone. Our cyber comms will go out soon, too.
You're right. Bato, what happened?
Mr. Bato, the monorail is accelerating infernally!
This isn't good, Major. We're gonna plow right into the station. If we don't get out, this'll turn into a steel coffin.
I know that. The motor control program is being rewritten from the outside.
You mean they know what we're gonna do?
We don't have time to alter the program. You escape in the Tachikoma.
What are you gonna do?
Major! Crap. I guess we're inside the jamming barrier zone.
So there's something that they're willing to go to this much trouble to hide, huh?
Major, do you read me?
Chief?
Major, if you read me, respond.
Unable to confirm that the Major is receiving.
A signal jamming barrier is making cybercom traffic inside the autonomous zone one way. She can probably receive a signal, but it might be difficult or impossible to send one.
Send out as much encrypted information as you can. I'm sure the Major will notice it.
Understood.
That's my chief for you. Autonomous Region Charter. With pride and duty in our hearts, as citizens of the Tohoku Autonomous Region, utilizing the knowledge fostered by our ancestors as the essence of hard-won technology, the goal of our mission is to strive for peace in this world. Item, we shall cultivate strong bodies, hearts, and profound knowledge. Item, we shall build cities where the ideal of heart-touching heart may be found. Item, we shall utilize remarkable knowledge and technology to restore world peace. I guess they want me to scroll about.
Since there are no activity records for Yazawa outside the autonomous region, it's believed by many that all effective diplomacy with the TAR is conducted by Toshimi Tagami, the original director.
You think the director's a part of Yazawa's group too?
Toga-san, when you arrive at Hanamaki, I want you to find out what both Tagami and the Tohoku Autonomous Region look like.
Understood. Any word from the Major?
Not yet.
Togusa here. I've picked up some information about a monorail accident in Hanamaki. Users are restricted, and since the accident happened in the autonomous region, the local police don't want to get involved.
Then I guess I won't be getting backup anytime soon. Encrypted mail from such a
Hanamaki here. Yazawa's in our surveillance net, and we know his location inside the autonomous. What do they have that runs off the lifelines inside the region?
According to the data, there's a working power plant that utilizes underground water pipes. So as far as energy is concerned, they're doing okay. As for transportation, a monorail links them to the outside world, and inside the region, a mini monorail is linked to the residential block, education block, and office block. And as for a vertical transportation agency, they built the incline. If their maintenance was any good, the thing just might be operational. After all, it was originally a military fortress built to operate independently of the outside. If it's booted from an administrator terminal, it should work the way it was intended to.
So this means that they must have a standalone lifeline. In that case, there's not much of a chance that it can be severed from the outside.
I tried tracking immigrants into the Tohoku region. And the forced relocations from the prosthetic refugee zone these past few months really stand out.
The lower fields? You erase them and nobody can find them, huh? Apparently I need to find out a bit more about this man Yazawa. I think I'll take a look around the opposite bank.
Section 9.
Bato, status report. What's your current situation?
The monorail was hit by a virus and went out of control. It's heavily damaged, and I'm clinging to the wall with a banged-up Tachikoma. I can't even hear the Major.
You know her. She's probably inside carrying out her own independent investigation.
Boss man, want me to come give you a hand?
Who, you? Ain't there anybody else?
Pazu, Boma, and Saito are currently running round-the-clock stakeouts on people with military affiliations. Consider yourself on your own.
Then that must mean you've got loads of faith in us.
The jamming barrier from that radio tower is causing a cybercom blackout. Since there's no net link to the outside, the system is probably regulated from the control room inside the structure of the dam. That's gotta be the place where they manage all the information that comes into the autonomous region, too.
Go to the control room and obtain information on any items that came into the region.
Like cargo that has from the military written on it?
At the same time, try taking down the jamming barrier and restore cyber communications ASAP.
Roger. Jeez, that's an awful tall order for a guy to do all by his lonesome.
These guys got some nasty toys.
Mr. Bato, let me sneak in!
You're busted up from the shock when we escaped. Be quiet and stay out of sight.
But if you get into trouble, I'll come a-running, okay?
I'll be waiting with low expectations.
There's a tower that extends beyond the jamming barrier. And there will likely be more enemy forces than you've encountered so far inside the dam's bank. First things first, deal with that gun turret in front of you.
Roger! I can't believe they've even got a monster like this thing. That's the ultimate Tohoku fortress for you. Guess I'd better get psyched up.
Your #1 specialty is playing rough, eh, Mr. Bato?
Hey, I may not look it, but I'm a delicate guy. Well, I can't say that I don't enjoy it.
Shutdown confirmed. Readouts indicate jamming barrier coverage decreased to 87%.
Encrypted files confirmed.
That's some serious encryption.
Forward them to me. I'll try to decrypt them.
Two places to run in the investigation corridor. Keep in the enemy's blind spots.
Files confirmed. Starting 6 months ago, the amount of freight coming into the region jumped sharply.
According to the records provided by intelligence, that corresponds to the period when the misappropriations began. Find out what was inside that cargo, on the double.
Hopefully this will get the elevator to function.
That's one big mother of a floodgate.
Looks like it's designed so that thing opens and shoots out water when the dam is in operation.
The area up ahead is sealed off.
Is there another way around to the opposite bank?
That's the only one.
All right then. Guess I'll look for a route. It's damaged worse than I thought.
The dam was built before the war, you know. Still, it was built with the latest methods back then. I don't think it'll be that easy to destroy.
Don't fall from the water intake pipes.
Enterprise. I verified some weapon intel files that were left in the terminal. These guys even have a military anti-tank helicopter.
Anti-tank?
Yeah, Jigabachi. There's a depot for monorail repair and maintenance supplies. There might be parts you can use to fix the Tachikoma.
So the Tachikoma outside is going to be up and running again, huh?
That's my motto. I knew the confidence I placed in you wouldn't be in vain.
I don't like the idea of you placing anything in me. Just fix yourself up and haul your butt over here.
Yes, sir.
If the jamming barrier goes down, the truth of what's going on inside will be exposed to surveillance satellites. I expect the enemy intends to defend the radio tower to the death.
Then the resistance is gonna get fiercer.
Mr. Motto, I'll come running as soon as I'm done with repairs. So you try to hang in there by yourself, okay?
What are you talking about? I'll have this wrapped up before you get here.
The freighter's cargo is being transported to a recycling plant in Tohoku. The contents are dismantled parts and scrap, and there were even some scrap military weapons mixed in. The plant will break items down to their raw form, and waste material is shipped there throughout the country. According to plant records, it looks like they get regular shipments of scrap material from the autonomous region, too.
Check into the cargo that's shipped from the autonomous region to Itorofu via Hanamaki. Search through the shipping records of the region's freight monorail.
Training grounds at the base of the dam, huh? I'd say they pretty much just unmasked themselves.
Major, do you read me? The jamming barrier's down and the cybercoms are back online, so why does she... Is she lost and crying somewhere?
I can hear you.
What the hell? Where are you?
I'm right underneath your feet.
Yazawa?
His house was empty. I'm on my way to the office block to try my luck there. Is that okay with you?
Have you made contact with Yazawa?
He's out in the lower fields, apparently.
Lower fields?
That's what was written on the door of his empty room.
Where are you?
There's an office that was occupied by the regional director in the office block. I'm on my way there.
I see. That works out well, then. Obtain the Rice-related data from the terminal at the Autonomous Regional Citizen Center, located in the office block. Regarding that micro-machine Rice that Bato found the other day, the configuration of it was a dead-on match for the Rice that our friend Fua tried to deliver. This leads us to the assumption that he brought that micro-machine Rice out of the Tohoku Autonomous Region. Therefore, the storage of this grain has to be somewhere in that region. Find out where it's being stored, and I want the complete background on the weapons that flowed into the area, too.
Roger.
I'm gonna go on ahead to the base of the dam. I saw something there that looked like a training ground.
If you could also clean out the place, it'd be a big help. I see the entrance to the office block. Talk to you later. Gotta go. Now commencing infiltration into office block.
Roger that. It feels as if somebody's anticipating our moves, and I don't like it.
I think you're right. But we may be able to outwit the enemy because of that.
What's wrong?
Nothing to worry about. I'm going in.
There's been a lot of dismantling in the office block, even for the autonomous zone. There are also points where it's easy for the enemy to attack. Proceed with due caution.
Roger that.
Major, bounce me that virus that was planted in the monorail. I'll check it out.
Will do. By the way, I did some checking on my own, and I found that it's not very friendly at all.
I'll dig into it a little deeper.
When the hell did you get in here?
This should work now.
What's wrong?
Somebody's following the tracks left by your hat, Major.
Tracking?
Major, do you remember Nemuro?
As in the Nemuro landing operation?
It's not hard to ID someone from the way they breach defenses. There's only one person capable of tracking you, Major. Just to be sure, I'll trace his whereabouts after the war.
Good idea.
About those allegedly scrapped military weapons. When I presented the evidence to the military that they still existed in the autonomous region, I was told that they began considering a troop deployment.
They're always looking out for themselves. By the way, about that micro-machine rice that Fuwa had stockpiled. That's the one piece in this convoluted puzzle that I just can't get to fit. It doesn't add up.
Based on my inquiries at agriculture, forestry, and fisheries, they're reluctant to give a straight answer.
Seems there's more to this.
There are always two sides to things. You get to the truth after first learning the situation of each side. Don't you agree?
There's an MM Rice patent application file in there. You know, they say that MM Rice was developed 4 years back by the Agriculture Ministry's research agency.
Ishikawa, check along those lines too.
Roger.
The dismantling is further along than I thought.
Try to find out whatever you can.
Roger.
This block was renovated by the workers who settled down here. That's why we don't have any accurate map data on it. Use your own two eyes to verify things as you proceed.
Major, that grain is micro-machine rice that was developed by applying Fuwa and Goto's research to a rice strain called Riku 131. Yasuo created it back when the autonomous region was a military facility.
You're saying the Agriculture Ministry's research agency was really the autonomous region?
Conjecture doesn't amount to proof. Ishikawa, comb through every single record of the agricultural ministry that relates to micro-machine rice.
The channel is being forcibly tuned.
Can you hear me, my good police officer? Only I am able to transmit via this emergency channel, so I'm going to take the liberty to speak to you.
He had a net set up on the terminals?
I am Eiichi Goto. Kei's honorable ideals are being tarnished because of a traitor. That is something I will not stand for.
Over there?
I have a favor to ask of you people. You've detected my location, I take it. Come here, hurry! If you don't, I'll be erased by...
You'd better hurry up.
I was contacted by Goto. The signal was coming from the training grounds control room.
I picked it up here too. Looks like I'm the closest.
During his career, Goto developed independent theories not only on joint engineering but micro-machine technology as well. His ideas never became mainstream, but it can't be denied that he's a man who had a profound impact on the scientific research of the day.
The enemy prosthetic bodies we retrieved from the pier were retrofits based off of commercial products. Even our redcoats back at the lab couldn't make heads or tails of technology backed by Goto's theories.
Bato, it's imperative that you track down Goto and make contact with him at once. In addition, we need to get the entire lowdown on the enemy, collect all the records that are stored at the training grounds.
Roger. You want me to play hide and seek in a place like this with some old man?
You're the closest, aren't you?
All right, all right. Dummies, huh? Well, now, I guess it's time to do some cleaning.
Based on the findings, it's fairly obvious that intensive training was conducted here.
Hey, Bato, want me to record the results of your training? What do you think?
Knock yourself out.
When Fuwa and I realized we had been betrayed, we attempted to stop that event. It was for that reason that Fuwa went to Nihama by himself. If we don't hand over that rice, terrible things will happen.
Some residents saw a jumbo helicopter flying off over the dam.
There was a Gigabachi here.
I showed them a picture of one, but they claimed that wasn't what they saw.
Fua's death, I concluded that the perfect time would be when that fake was returning to the autonomous region. I planted a virus, but when that failed, it was over. I had no other cards to play, no aces up my sleeve. I must tell them. K is.
Channel.
Have you seen Yazawa's ideas?
Yeah, if that's what was sent to Section 9, I have.
I'm learning that Yazawa's underlying rationale is surprisingly close to our own.
Huh? That doesn't sound like you, Major.
I sensed something.
That was just a memory. You sure you didn't catch a nasty virus or get hit by something? Well, I guess that's not possible.
And then we'll snoop around the office block a little more. Meanwhile, I'll leave Goto's detention to you.
All right.
Shortens the list of people opposing them.
Toshimi Tagami, the regional director?
Something happened between Goto, Fuwa, and the director. And Kei Yazawa's right in the middle of it.
That means we should ask this Goto geezer.
To neutralize the autonomous region, the military has started to consider sending in 2 cargo helicopters full of ranger squads as an advance party.
Those nectar-sucking bees are sure taking their own sweet time.
It was developed in the autonomous zone using Riku 131 as a base. Its official designation is Riku 132. It was developed in an Agriculture Ministry research facility. But what they probably meant was the Tohoku Autonomous Region. Its produce is developed and grown by a research agency that's run under the national budget, so that in itself doesn't really pose a problem.
Which means that the trouble is actually with those people who participated in the research.
I found something on the Agriculture Ministry service.
What is it?
I'm forwarding you 27 emails. They sound like blackmail letters.
Blackmail?
All of them say things like, stop the lies, tell the truth, and disclose the truth or you pay the price. When I ran a trace route on the email, I followed it to its origin and wound up in Hanamaki.
Good. Stay on the Agriculture Ministry, Boma. Thomas, go through the files relating to the Indian rice and Hanamaki attack. Don't overlook anything. Something's got it. Roger.
Goto? A high-velocity, armor-piercing round from behind. He wasn't shot very long ago. This is it. Who the hell is that? Huh? No way!
Bato, did you manage to take Goto into custody?
Yeah. I found him, but he was a stiff. And not a very talkative one at that.
Understood. We'll meet up below.
Roger.
About the blackmail letter sent to the Agriculture Ministry. One just like it was confirmed at the Home Affairs Ministry. However, police intervention in the autonomous region was declined in this case. They claimed the cops couldn't get involved because it was strictly a military matter.
They're fighting over turf again? They're always trying to save face over the stupidest things.
It most likely means there are some facts they want to keep a lid on. Locate the entrance to the underground facility and identify whatever it is that's down there.
What do you mean, whatever it is?
Whatever!
Hey, could you try to make less noise around here? We are on a mission.
In this case, I'm attempting to lessen the tension during combat as much as possible. I was just thinking of the mental state people are in when they're alone and lonely. Hearing their names called out by someone they know will calm their nerves and lift their spirits.
That's not how I feel right now.
Oh?
See? They must have mistaken the ruckus for a festival and come to join the fun. Let's go, Tachkoma.
This must be one of those bloodfests.
No, it ain't.
The military has decided to deploy troops. Hanamaki's garrison will take them in and the Rangers will deploy from there. The military has issued a request to Section 9. They're asking us to secure the training grounds in order to ensure their safety when they land.
While they sit back and watch the fun?
Given the circumstances, I want the military to owe us a favor.
Not much a choice.
Mr. Bato, let's make some noise!
Search around the east of Hanamaki, and the MM rice from the autonomous region is turning up in Tokyo markets as premium grade rice. The state holds the patent, and the producing area is restricted to the TAR and can't verify production anywhere outside that.
Can you pinpoint where it's being shipped to?
I'm working on it.
Does this mean that the development method for such rice has been exported abroad as a product?
With the demand for an obscenely high patent fee.
Your cyber brainwaves are becoming unstable. I've heard it said that when humans talk with someone about what's bothering them, they regain their stability. Would you like to talk about it with me?
Nobody asked you for any help.
But I haven't even helped you yet.
Military. They're in a rush to put the fire out now that they know sparks could fall on their own damn heads. They should have come sooner if they were going to. An Oniyama? Don't tell me they've got one of those too. Crap, if it's not one thing, it's another. Looks like the lid to Pandora's box just opened.
That enemy chopper is an assault helicopter that the military uses as a personnel transport. As long as this and the AA cannon are watching the airspace, the military can't send in reinforcements. Major, Bato, neutralize them immediately.
What's the choice of weapons they can have in its cargo bay?
If they have armed suits, it can carry up to 4. The ones that we used before during that sniping system testing didn't have that capability, though.
External neutralization?
I don't think it can be done except by a direct link from within.
I'll have to get on board then. Well, that's a royal pain, isn't it?
As long as that's buzzing around up there, we can't sneak into the underground factory.
I'll act as a decoy.
You will?
There's a handy toy by the entrance.
An anti-aircraft cannon.
I'll draw the helicopter away. While I keep him busy, you try to get the hacking code for that cannon.
Understood. I'll contact you as soon as I have the code. Major, I can trust you on this, right?
Trust me?
Never mind. It's nothing. Let's do it.
Okay.
I found the primary recipients for the micro-machine rice. An upscale restaurant in Nihon called Playthough, and a cafeteria in the assembly building. It's been delivered there for the past 3 years.
If it's good enough to satisfy a politician's stomach, it must be super delicious rice.
Chief, there's military movement.
My surveillance target from intelligence is on the move. I'll tell him.
The anonymous bank account suspected to belong to the surveillance target just ballooned.
Chief, I've detected a virus code for a cellular suicide program in the MM rice that Fuwa was carrying on him. That's tainted rice. There's a virus planted in it.
Any vaccine?
Including verification, I'll need 30 hours. Even if I had the virus source code, it would still take about 16 hours.
Which means he's got potential hostages. A new blackmail letter has been confirmed by the Agriculture Ministry. In it, they're demanding that the country recognize the Tohoku Autonomous Region as an independent state, and that the rights to micro-machine rice revert back to the autonomous region. The deadline is 24 hours from now. If their demands aren't met by then, they'll remotely activate the cellular suicide program in the people who have eaten the infected rice.
Major, in the next 20 hours, gather as many files as you can regarding the construction of the tainted rice. We'll do what we can with what's left.
Understood.
Hey, sorry I kept you waiting, Major.
Confirmed. Send me the control codes ASAP.
If we fight them with the weapons on hand, it'll take all day.
I'll drive in and try to wipe out their ranks from the inside.
Don't do anything stupid!
I'm not done extracting the information.
Hurry up!
Level 5 barrier breach. Download.
Motoko!
Don't call me by my first name, okay?
Geez, you had me worried. Will you just be more careful with your life?
Sure, I'll keep that in mind. 'Cause the worst is yet to come.
We've used the records the Major retrieved from the helicopter to devise an infiltration route into the underground facility. There are 2 underground installations. One is set up to research MM Rice and the other deals specifically with weapons. This threat posed by the tainted Rice has turned this case into a potential hostage situation. The authorities have called an unofficial meeting, but many are saying that the virus is just a bluff on the part of the autonomous region. This faction is demanding that they launch an assault. Now that the anti-aircraft installations are neutralized, the calls inside the military for an airstrike are growing louder.
They want to erase everything, don't they?
I bet that's what they were after all along.
Our mission is to smoke out an invisible enemy who's lurking behind this terrorism at the same time we're trying to prevent the terrorist act. Perhaps there's 2 people who know the whole story behind this. It's either Kei Yazawa or Regional Director Toshimi Tagami. Take both of them into custody and track down any records that can possibly be used as evidence.
Roger. I'll take Yazawa and Tagami. Bato, you handle the factory.
Sure.
What'll come out, the tiger or the lady? Shall we open it and be surprised?
Why not? From here on out, we're gonna split up and act as 2 teams. Time is short.
Listen,
Hmm?
forget it. It was nothing.
It's do or die time. Let's go!
The deeper you go in the mine shaft, the less reliable our cybercoms will be.
We'll relay you information via the Tachkoma. Tachkoma!
Yes, ma'am! Just leave it to me!
Maybe they cracked our concealed hacking key.
We'll find another route.
Sorry. should be able to head down. There's a terminal nearby. Look for it, okay? There's a fan in the opening to the ventilation shaft. Be careful when you move.
Right.
They're not done building yet.
That's why we don't have enough info on this.
This is it. It's do or die time. Be on your guard.
Chief? This is the Major. Now commencing infiltration into interior. Bato, you ready? No cybercom reception down here, apparently.
The cybercom signal from the Major was cut off. She must have reached the bottom of the shaft. We surmise that the Tohoku Autonomous Region has military power on par with a small country, so we cannot overlook this state of affairs, and the military may initiate an airstrike. Gather as much information as you can and make it back alive.
Roger.
That's gotta be the underground factory. That's one serious mousetrap. I don't have time to circle around. So I better get moving then.
Apparently, they've got response type sensors set up that are linked with the security system. Move carefully.
I gotcha.
I'm amazed that a honkin' big facility like this got built without being noticed.
They must have a system that can provide a huge labor force by using illegal workers.
They get hooked with the promise of good wages, but then they're brainwashed and put to the grindstone for nothing, huh?
Visual camouflage? No, it's not camouflage. This is where the tainted rice was created.
Once again, so that people may experience the simple and pure joy of true happiness, in order for all poverty and suffering to be forever eradicated from the face of the earth, I intend to boldly set out on a road that leads to nowhere. Our ideals have become detached from this place and been miserably corrupted by the foul influences of the state. It all began with the erasing of our very existence from this world. The state obliterated our presence from everyone's memories. It even robbed us of our dreams and ideals. Like phantoms cursed to haunt the grounds where they once walked in life, now only allowed to exist in the shadows of history. Aren't you exactly the same? If hunger and poverty vanish from this planet, crime and terrorism ought to be wiped out along with them. Of his last hope. For the sake of profit, Kay's ideals were crushed underfoot. Hebrew 132, meant to save us from hunger and need, became a luxury item to fill the gullets of the wealthy who were starved for new extravagances. They unjustly charge usage fees to those who ought to be provided for and have legal rights to access it. Not only that, but insult is added to injury as the corrupt chain of systems suck up profits under the pretext of renewal.
All of us fight in the name of what we believe to be just and ethical. If you ask me, nothing else is worth following.
only you people hadn't shown up. If you hadn't gotten involved, everything would have gone according to plan and worked out perfectly.
What the hell is going on? Major? Sure, now I get it. But which one? Both of their ID signals show each to be the real Major. Not much choice then. Motoko! So you're the fake!
You're late.
Damn. Nothing changes with you. That bitch triggered this place's self-destruct program.
We have everything we need. Just gotta get out of here and it's mission complete.
If we get out.
This really isn't my day, is it?
This way's no good either. Man, we were so close.
Mr. Bato!
What kept you?
Let's save the sentimental reunion for later, okay?
Yeah, comic antics can come much later.
Huh?
We're out of here.
Oh, jeez. The whole thing is underwater.
Looks that way.
Simultaneous multiple leaks of the Riku micro machine configuration have been confirmed. Thanks to that, the rights to the MM rice that the Japanese government had a monopoly on are now effectively license-free. As for the tainted rice, Ishikawa is working on a vaccine program for it.
Wasn't it a utopian dream of theirs to use the micro-machine rice to finance their independence?
Eliminate hunger and poverty from this planet, and create a world in which all people are content. Those words came straight out of Toshimi's memory. The copyright has turned into copyleft. In a sense, you could say Kei Yazawa's dream has been made into a reality.
You think that woman had this plan too?
More than likely.
It's not easy to understand the love a sister has for her little brother.
By the way, Bato, I'm curious. How were you able to tell that it wasn't me back there?
Oh, that? Geez, how many years have we been teamed up now?
Unbelievable.
And you'd never turn around just because I called your name.
I heard that.